Alright guys, so we have a check engine light on in this Camry here, a 99. So we're scanning it now to figure out what is going on. So we're just waiting. Alright, looks like we have one code. We're going to read the code. And as you can see, we have P0136, oxygen sensor circuit bank 1, sensor 2. So this is a 4-cylinder, so the whole thing is going to be considered bank 1. And sensor 2 is going to be the downstream oxygen sensor, so the one after the catalytic converter. So let's test that and replace the part. What's up guys? So in this week's video we are going to be talking oxygen sensors. So I'm going to take you through the steps of scanning the car, diagnosing the sensor, and inevitably changing the sensor, because in this case ours was bad. It wasn't like a wiring problem or anything. So let me show you everything you're gonna need. This is actually pretty common because we're actually working on my grandmother's car, and my sister has the same car, and I had to do this same sensor on hers, the downstream. So let's take a look at everything you're gonna need. New sensor, I already put it in the car, but this is the box. Here's your old sensor. They sell these. This is to chase the threads if the oxygen sensor comes out ugly. This will retap the hole and make sure your new one installs properly. We didn't need it, but just so you guys know, they do make this. You're going to need a multimeter. This is just an old one I had at the house. Really anyone will work for this. You're just doing a basic test. Some kind of scan tool, preferably one with live data. You can pick these up pretty cheap now. They sell them just about everywhere. I used a little torch to get some heat. This is what I used to light the torch. You're going to need an oxygen sensor socket. Now there is another kind of oxygen sensor socket, but in this case this one worked better. I'll put a link to this one and all the other special tools you're going to need down in the description, so go check that out. So we use this today. You're going to need a ratchet to loosen it with. It's just a little pair of needle nose, and to reinstall it to make it easier I used just a 22 wrench for installation. I don't recommend this for removal because if you round it over you're gonna be pretty screwed. So we'll begin now and hope you guys enjoy the video. Now we are going to locate the plug. We are in the driver back door right now, and I am looking right where the vents are, under the seats. If you'll look right under here, let me see if I can get you a shot of that. Right under here, see these it's like blue and black wire, and the 2 white wires, they go right here to this plug. This is going to be the plug for the oxygen sensor, so we're just going to want to unhook that, which should have a little tab on it somewhere. Let's see. There we go. I just unhooked it. It like slid into this little metal thing, slid onto here. So now we just pulled it off, and now all I have to do is simply unplug it like that. So now if you see inside, we have 4 pins, and I believe on this O2 sensor, these 2 black wires right here are going to be the heater circuit. Now that is the one that usually burns out on these and throws the code. My sister has the same Toyota, and I had to do this job before. So I'm gonna grab the multimeter and we're gonna test the resistance. If we have no resistance, then we know the sensor is junk, and we're gonna replace it with a new one. So let's give that a quick test now. So I'm going to try to test now the resistance of our oxygen sensor. So I am just going to try to touch the two pins. And I am not getting anything. When you seen the gauge move up, that was just because I accidentally touched these two together. I touched these together, but when I touched the two pins, nothing was happening. So let me show you the good sensor and show you what readings that has. Alright guys, we're here with our brand new sensor. As you guys can see, here's our new one, fresh out of the package. Now I'm going to do that same test on these pins, which on this one is going to be the two whites. And you guys are going to watch there that it actually has some resistance. So I got the meter set that way so you guys can see it. And now I'm just going to touch our pins here. Alright, so there we go. As you guys can see, the needle is moving when I touch them. So this one isn't burnt out, obviously, because it's new. So we should be able to put this in and have no more issues with the car. Alright guys, and another thing you could do if you have a scanner with live data is you can start the car and watch on your scanner to watch the percentages. As you can see, bank 1, sensor 2 doesn't appear to be doing anything at all. The front one is moving around, but our back one doesn't seem to be registering anything. You can see now it's registering a little bit, but it's not doing too much. So we'll see how that changes once we have the new part in there. Alright, so as you guys seen before, I have the top of the oxygen sensor unplugged because we were testing it. When I did the live data, I plugged it back in. But yeah, so this is unplugged. Now we're gonna go under the car and take the sensor out. Alright guys, so I'm back. I'm on the driver's side. Under the car, I have the car jacked up. As you can see, there is our sensor. Right there. He looks pretty crusty. It looks like we got this tab right here to undo. And it goes into the car where that plug is to this grommet. So we're going to unhook this and pull that plug right through here, which goes under that seat, which we were looking at before. And we're gonna take out the sensor. But before I begin and I go get pliers to unhook that and everything, I'm just going to spray our oxygen sensor. Show no mercy with those. Because they've been on there a while. We might even have to get the torch, the little torch, and heat it up a little bit. We'll soak it down and let it sit for a couple minutes. So let me go get the tools and we'll pull the plug through. So there's our plug we're going to try to undo. Make sure you guys can see that. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to use this pair of pliers and we're going to squeeze the tabs and push this through. And then this grommet right here, the grommet should just yank out, and then with some pulling pulling, we can pull our plug out, and this is what was under the seat that we were looking at before. So now that's out, but you want to make sure with any oxygen sensor that you unplug the cord before you try to turn it, because when you loosen it, the cord will start binding and you're never going to be able to unscrew that. So make sure it's fully free, and once that penetrating oil finishes, we can try to break this loose. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to just heat up our oxygen sensor a little bit. So let me do that now. Because you don't want these things to shoot out on you. So just a little bit of heat with that penetrating oil, it should come right out. Alright, we'll try that because I was heating it a little bit before as well. Now I'm going to take that oxygen sensor socket with that hole in it, and the hole is so you can put the cable through it. And I'm just going to put that on and simply have my ratchet on loosen, and simply just break it loose. And then we could take our socket off, and now we could just see how the cord is twisting. If you still had the cord plugged in, you would never be able to get this sensor out. So we're just gonna unscrew it, and here it is. We're gonna take it over to the bench and show you it on the bench. So here's the old sensor we just removed. It's all burnt and gross. So there's that. Like I said, with the socket, it's got that slit, so the slit could go right over the cable, like that, which is convenient. I wouldn't recommend trying to do it with a regular wrench. And they sell this tool. It actually cleans up the threads before you install the new one if it comes out a little bit ugly. But ours came out okay, so I'm not going to need this today, but they do sell this if yours comes out and, you know, boogers up the threads a little bit. So now we're going to take our new one, and we're going to go install him now. And the new one comes with anti-seize already on the threads, so you're not going to have to worry about putting any on, and don't let any of it get on the actual sensor part itself. Alright guys, so we're going to take that new sensor and screw him in. That same spot. He should screw pretty much all the way down by hand. If the threads get messed up, you could use that tool like I said before. Now I know I said don't use a regular wrench, but that's only for removal. For installation, it's okay to use a regular wrench. In this case, it's a 22. So you just want to have it on when you tighten it. Just want to get it snug, and then a little bit. You don't want to do anything crazy because, you know, you could actually break it, the threads, and then you're pretty screwed. Then you're gonna have to end up cutting this and trying to weld in a nut or doing something weird. And then now that is screwed in right there, plug in that little clip. Let's make sure that little clip is in. And now our plug we're going to send back up into this hole, which can be tricky, so just be patient with it. Okay guys, we're back in the car, and you can see here is our line that we shoved up through the floor. So we're just gonna plug him back in like so, and he hooks onto that little metal tab in here like that, and just like that. No one will ever know we were in here. And now we're gonna go back underneath, install that grommet, bring the car back down, and then we'll check the live data again, but we're pretty much done. So here is our grommet, and we're just going to just simply like pinch it, kind of like that. You can see how I'm doing it, like that. Just gonna stick one corner, shove the other end, like so, and just tug back on it, and now you can see it's sealed and in place. We have our clip in place, got our new sensor tight, we have it plugged in, so this is all done. Now we're just gonna drop the car down. Alright guys, so now with our new sensor, this is what we're looking at for the bank 1 reading, and now our bank 2 reading is actually adjusting. See, all the numbers are moving around, so the car is correcting itself now. So we know the sensor is good. So now all we have to do is go in and clear the code. But just wanted to show you guys the readings. Alright guys, just erase the codes. So now we will start her back up. Light's gone and should be gone forever. So, alright. So, as you guys could see, it's as easy as that. So, thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, make sure to comment, like, subscribe. These videos do take a while to make. So, just, helps us out. So, just drop a like and a subscribe down below. We have weekly videos that come out every Friday. We have a Facebook fan page. I don't know if you guys want to go check that out, but link to that will be down in the description along with all the tools you're going to need. So stay tuned for next week's video. I hope this helped you out, and we'll see you in the next one.